Hello, everyone. I am Noemi Paymal, the founder of Education 3000, and I put together a couple of slides, many slides actually, on architecture. But I wanted to compile like what I really like. I am an anthropologist, I'm not an architect. So I wanted to go around the world and put together the proposal I like best, basically, and try to blend with what is my formation, which is anthropology and schools. As Education 3000, we want radical change in education. We want a completely different kind of education around the world, with peace culture, with solidarity, with fun, and with blossoming of the human being. So let's go to, I invite you to a little tour around the world. Of course, there are many, many more proposals and beautiful architectural proposal and beautiful project around the world. So I apologize if I don't mention everybody. Of course, I just choose the one that resonates with me, and that the one where I can see we can build a new society with this kind of proposal. And we will see a couple of schools as well. So first we will see the universal laws, sacred geometry as a base very quickly, as it's a base of everything, the base of creation. Some architectural trend I really like. Some words about people. Some school I really like around the world. I went to most of them, so I can tell you it's amazing. One slide of the St. Peter School, because I have another video just on that, which is the St. Peter Schools of Education 3000, our proposal. And something I really like about resonant architecture. Exploring that thanks to very good friends, very nice architects. And I wanted to share that with you today. The universal law, it's always the same since Platon, the 5 Platonic solids, the Archimedean solids too, the meaning, universal law, how you can decompose a Platonic solid into Archimedean solid. And then you have the domes or geodesic forms, or zones, which are with a point like that. This is some, on the left is a school in Mexico. I will show you more on that. Here's the dodecahedron in Qatar. I really like it. I really like the dodecahedron because actually it's a spiral of the DNA, and we are linked with this shape. So in a school, for instance, it would be nice to have a room in a dodecahedron shape because of the relation with the DNA, and like to activate our DNA. Exactly, I put it here. The DNA is a dodecahedral rotation of the double helix. So it's 10 steps. You go ting, 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 and you have our DNA. And the Fibonacci should be everywhere, actually, with the golden ratio. And actually, it would be nice to have a Fibonacci in the classroom, or to have the golden ratio everywhere, like the paper we use, everything we do should be in the right proportion, which is 1 to 1.6. And use some good tips from Feng Shui and Vastu Sastra to have more comfortable and energetically more balanced spaces to live in. Here is, it's called the triad, or the triad of Neuro-Aesthetic. So this is very important because actually the brain have three ways to capture an information or to fill a space in our case. So we have the emotion circuit, we have the knowledge, and we have the sensory motor. So we have the body, we have the mind, and we have the emotion. So if you work with, for instance, Neuro-Aesthetic, or all place should be around this concept actually. You have this interaction with emotion, the knowledge, and the body. And this is the core. Like in education, it will be to feel, to think, to do. Or in the universal law, it's always the same triad: love, wisdom, and will. And it has to do, if we go to aesthetic, and more narrow aesthetic, it has to do with the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is a conscious aesthetic experience, meaning it can recognize what's beautiful, not beautiful, or decide what's beautiful, not beautiful, and take it to a level of well-being and a leap of consciousness. So I recommend the work of Jacque and Kawabata, that this part of the brain, they discover that this part of the brain, that the frontal lobe actually and prefrontal lobe, are involved in the judgment of beauty. And with that, it's linked to an expansion of consciousness. So that's so important. So where we live, and it's beautiful, it will help to raise consciousness. This is what we want. And actually, as an anthropologist, this is what we are looking at. We want the information, the knowledge, experiment, the experiences to go from the reptilian brain to emotional brain to the neocortex, but to the front lobe. And that's why they say going from the Homo sapiens, we go to the next Homo by developing the lobal front, or front lobe. So this is important for education, or for creating spaces to take in account the development of the brain and this part of the brain, front lobe. Interesting, yeah? So more beautiful the space and more pleasant the space, the more we develop this part and the more we have some evolution. This is linked. Evolution, consciousness, architecture, spaces, and beauty. And this is all proved by now Neuro-Aesthetic. So some pictures of architecture I really like. Of course, I want to mention and honor Jacque Fresco, the Venus Project, because his vision was, and still is, absolutely flabbergasting. It's amazing. The way he wanted to use the resources for everybody and to have sustainability everywhere. That's really beautiful. And I want to honor the life of this amazing, amazing hero. Then all the trends now, from biotopographic, it would be like, actually it was known from the ancient China, the geomans, I don't know in English, geomancia, bioclimatic biomorphisms, studying the living forms. You can have the shape and the best shape and the strongest shape, like the Nautilus, for instance, and it's all based on sacred geometry, by the way. Bionic, like the structure and material of living beings, for instance, lullaby wing or water lily leaf. Biomimetism, that's the entire ecosystem. Smart building and Eco-Edu-Smart cities, where it's not only a green city with zero CO2, but a city for and by the human being. That's why it's called Eco-Edu-Smart cities. I want to mention Vincent Callebaut. There is so much pictures of him, but is all beautiful and very practical. Like this one is floating cities, lily pad. Talking about the water lily, this is a structure. An entire town. This is a picture. It's amazing. This is another project of Vincent Callebaut. This is dragonfly. It's vertical farming. This can feed a city, like at least 150,000 people. This is inside the farm. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is another project. It's called the algae farm. So this is to clean the ocean. This is completely visionary aspect of architecture. Who wants to deal with, which want to deal with ecology, desk contamination, social issues, food, agriculture, reduce transportation as little as possible. It's called Dance City. This is a farm as well. This is Asian crane corns. This one is beautiful. It's a Nautilus. It's an eco-resource resort. It's absolutely gorgeous. When I made this PowerPoint, I couldn't sleep at night. I was watching a bunch of pictures in my head. This is a beautiful too. It's a shopping center for China. It's called a Wooden Orchid or Arcades. Another green building. It's all by Vincent Callebaut. Is from Belgium and lives in Paris. That's why I knew him. It's because I was in China and I was looking for project in China, and I found this Kunming project south of China, and it's called Flavor Orchard. And it's all resort. It's huge, and it's all based on sacred geometry, and as well green, and as well zero pollution, contamination. This is a Nautilus shell. Then I want to mention, of course, parametric architecture, Patrick, Schumacher, and Zaha Hadid. And I think they changed forever architecture. And I have a great admiration for the architect Zaha Hadid. As a woman, born in Iraq, at the top of it, and because she completely switched the way we used to see a cube or a square, a room with 90 degrees everywhere. She blew up, she destroyed all that, and she changed forever the forms and the shapes and the concept. This is in Azerbaijan. This is China. This is absolutely incredible. China, this is a foyer. This is China. This is the airport, Beijing airport. Amazing. Daqing airport. Daqing airport. This one is Australia. It's a library. This one is Qatar, Moscow, Colombia. The South Tower, this is Saudi Arabia. I wanted to mention as well Masdar City. This is between Abu Dhabi and Dubai. And it's a huge complex with zero CO2, zero garbage, and it's an entire city, and it's all no petrol, no gasoline, only electromagnetic vehicle. I went there, and it was absolutely amazing. Just the human component was missing, but the rest was amazing. That's why I want to go straight to this slide of people. And I love this quote of Dr. Maria Farone. And she said, architecture is not about buildings. It is about people. And I really liked it. And then as an anthropologist, I will always mention all the culture, all the people of the 5 continents. We are living beings, and we are living beings in evolution with always rays of consciousness, and the way we live and where we live definitely help. What we have outside is inside, what we have inside is outside. I want as well more care for babies, natural birth. We have so much to do. Human hospital, human way of living this plane of existence called death, but it's a transition to have human death with dignity, with your family. And it's part, that's why I like architecture, because it will englobe, it will have the whole view of all the aspects of life. Architecture is intrinsically, combining inside of everyday life of everybody, the way we eat, we sleep, we love. It's amazing. It's amazing. Place where we are all together, place where we can meet, place we can interact, place for the children everywhere, place in nature, place where we can live and laugh and run and have fun, and a lot of sun, all the building with a lot of lighting. This is what I would like. This is what, no, it's not what I would like, sorry. It's what we are working for every day. Now we go straight to school as Education 3000. This is our vision and mission for schools. So I invite you to go around the world and see a couple of schools. Of course, I again apologize if I don't mention all of them. Just the one I or personally visit or I really like because I was in touch somehow with them. Architect Cosme Espinosa is very nice. It's a it's called a truly or beehive shapes. And he has a couple of proposals for schools, including the 7 petal schools. And it's all bioclimate, bio, everything. Sustainable proposal. I really like the proposal of Prakash Nair. He has a book, and I visited his school actually, one of them. And No Wall is called No Wall, Flexible Learning Environment. You can transform an ugly place like that to a beautiful, attractive, cozy place. I would recommend as well this beautiful school from Japan, from Takharu, Tezuka. Look at that. You use all the roofs, the kids can run. Actually, architect Tezuka, he said, there is some study saying the little kids, they have to run 1 kilometer per 6. I don't know why, but it was 1.6. So they start to monitor one kid to see if that was true. And you know what? This kid was running 6 kilometers per day. 3, 4 years old, little ones, they need to move, they need to run, they need movement. It's life. It's part of their growing and enjoying life movement. So movement, movement, movement. So this school I really like. And it didn't cut any trees. The trees are inside the classroom, actually. It's beautiful. And I prepared a little video so we can listen to him.
My name is Takharu Tezuka. I'm an architect. When we started the project, the vision was quite simple. The vision came from our children. Most of our ideas are coming from our family. If you come to my house, you see a big table, and they kept making circles on the table. When we saw that, maybe it's a good idea to keep children to keep making circles, so they can keep running around. So that makes them to be strong. This rooftop is not flat; it's inclined, and also there are so many skylights, and the trees are popping out. So there are so many obstructions. But these kind of things make them feel they want to run around. The kindergarten looks so primitive because the structure is just roof and floor, but it's quite advanced technology. The most important part is continuity between inside and outside. There is no boundary between inside and outside. There is no boundary between classrooms. Everything continues. We keep everything open, so they feel they are a part of the nature. And those acoustic condition is extremely well controlled. Somebody is making noise in one of the classroom, and the next classroom you don't feel it's so noisy. And also we found out noise is a very important part of education. When you keep children in quiet environment, they get nervous. If you go to normal kindergarten, you expect many playing tools. But usually, I say the playing tool comes with instructions. You have to come up from this way, you have to go down this way. So it means that they don't need to think. But if you come to this rooftop, you have to think what you want to do. They climb up a tree, sometimes they fall down, they tumble, but it's a part of education. And always we say it's very important to have small dosage of danger, because that is only one way to learn how to live in this world. In that kind of environment, of course, they learn how to help each other, and they become stronger. Always, wherever they go after this kindergarten, they are fast learner. This is a place they do spontaneous movement. We don't need to tell them anything. They know what they want to do.
It's beautiful. I love this school. I want to mention as well Michael Ryce from Ireland. He has all the proposal based on sacred geometry and a couple of proposals for schools too. And actually both architect Tezuka and Michael Ryce, they were at the previous symposium, and you can find the videos on our website. This is a proposal of Michael Ryce, and everything is based on sacred geometry. The Fibonacci, the golden ratio, Rice caprices, beautiful. And this school I love. It's a Bali Green School, and it's all about bamboo structures. Beautiful school, I recommend. They have a lot of videos on YouTube. Green School, Bali. All green and all active, beautiful. This picture is about Finland. This is the most active class in the world. You should see this video. It's movement, movement, movement. And they learn so much and so fast. Because movement, you have endorphina. You have a lot of neurotransmitters when you move. And if it is new, you have as well the serotonin. And if you do it in group and you have a goal, you have dopamine. and so on. So you have all those beautiful neurotransmitters that helps for education, and it's pleasant. So you want more and you learn more, and it's called a positive circuit of learning in neuroscience. This school is absolutely amazing. It's working. It's in Mexico. It's called Mandala International Academy, and it's absolutely gorgeous. They have everything based on Feng Shui and Vastu Sastra. They have round shapes. The entrance, they have the obelix, the pineal. This is the pineal gland. This is a huge crystal in both of the building. Look at that. It's a huge crystal. The energy is very high. And the crystal will go down to this water pool here. And this is the stairs. And on the stairs, you can see there is a lot of, on each steps, there is positive affirmation in all the languages of the world. Not all, but a lot. So it's multicultural, it's based on peace culture. It's and the place is incredible. The flower of life here, the pyramid, the hydroponic agriculture, greenhouse, labyrinth with plant, the domes. They have ancient culture with building like Fort Temascal, building like this one is an astronomic observatory to observe the stars and the sun based on traditional culture of Mexico. The other school I want to mention is Jauregui, Uruguay. It's a primary school. It's a mixed school from the state and with some private input. And it's built with bioconstruction by architect Michael Reynolds. So I think it's the first school, at least in South America, with bioconstruction and completely sustainable and self-running. Here is Michael Reynolds in the same school. This is some other buildings of this architect. It's known, the website is earthship.com, and amazing, completely self-sustainable, completely. Water, heat, cold, ventilation, all the garbage is taken care of. Seven Petal schools, this is we have a lot of proposals, but basically they are schools where we contemplate all the levels of development of a human being. It's a comprehensive learning completely, with ecology, with doing, with peace culture, with a lot of exercise, sport, action, self-development, art here. So I will do a video only on that. And I want to mention a couple of more ideas. One is an architect I really like too, Carlos de la Moneda. All his work is based on operational geometry. It's like sacred geometry, but with some pattern from the ancient Europe. Very nice. It's called operational geometry. This is a park. It's a game actually with a lot of megalithic structure. It's in Zaragoza, Spain. He has the bicycle pieces, and he has a couple of very nice a maze as well. It's a huge complex, and this is a stone garden by the same architect, Carlos de la Moneda. Beautiful structure. It's like portals and very high energy. The other professor I really, really admire is Professor Joseph Davidovits. And he started the whole idea of geopolymer, especially in the ancient civilization. He studied that it was not stone, but like liquid cement of preparation with, a special mixture. And it's like concrete, but natural concrete. And it's called Arikat in Egypt. So that's not only Egypt, as well where I live in Bolivia, we have kind of Arikat buildings, very old buildings. Anyhow, if you want to study the geopolymer of Professor Joseph Davidovits, it's amazing, amazing. Like natural concrete, this is what I want to say. And now this is our project. This year we start the serious project, and it will be, it's on paper so far, but it will be in Uruguay, in a piece of land somewhere here. And we can do the university and all kind of very nice exchange places, campus, convention center, multi-university, 7 better school too, a park with many cool things like acoustic garden, acoustic cave, color chamber, vertical farm, but especially the multi-university where we can teach and learn together all unconventional type of learning. This is the idea. So welcome. Beautiful, beautiful project where we can reconstruct the entire society on new paradigms and paradigms of solidarity, of peace, and new technology, high-tech, low-tech. And it's certainly possible now. Not only possible, it's very needed as well. And of course, all green and completely sustainable. As a pilot project, and people can visit and learn in situ or online and create a huge network all around the world. Actually, we already made a little video. It's called the University of Ankou. You can see it in our channel, YouTube channel, Education 3000 in different languages. And it's supposed to be in 2030. So this video is a little bit ahead in the future. It's fun. And I would like to finish with resonant architecture. And this is absolutely fascinating because all particle is a vibration as well as a frequency. And we can do so many things with that. So this is from the IAAC. This is Institute Advanced Architecture of Catalonia, Barcelona. So I love the concept of resonating caves for 2 reasons. This is called acoustic caves, but as well in that caves you can reach a frequency. I will show you later the hertz, in hertz. But I was thinking about special places inside the university when we can have this special acoustic. It's called morphic acoustic caves. I think this is fascinating. And not only the shape, but the material you use. So I invite you to see the videos of Hans Fessmann. You will produce music from stones or steels or different kind of material, proving they resonate. And this is the same experiment with cymatics where a sound will create a shape. So if you want to see those videos, any videos of cymatics in 2Ds, flat, or in 3Ds, like if you have some water falling and you put a sound or music, they will create shape and spiral. It's absolutely incredible how the sound create shapes and the colors. So Matrimandir is a place in Auroville in India, and this is the place here. It's like a temple, and all around they have 12 chambers and it's colors. So you enter and you have like a bath of colors because each color is a frequency too, and it's therapy and it's open to consciousness. It's called color chamber. And this is not new. all ancestral architecture was using those patterns of resonant architecture. One, by the shape, always based on the Fibonacci structure and the golden ratio. Two, they will create a special resonance, especially a megalithic and pyramids structure. And by the shape and by choosing carefully the material or the kind of stones, you will vary, you will switch the frequency. So they found out, especially with studies of Paul Devereaux and actually that's from my friend, architect Claudia Martino, and she will talk in this symposium. Like you could have in those ancient temples a frequency between 95 and 120 hertz. And why is it so important? Because between 108 hertz and 112 hertz, this is where you are a shift of consciousness to the prefrontal cortex. I talked of that at the beginning with Neuro-Aesthetic. The goal is to activate the frontal lobe. And the ancient civilizations, they were doing it inside this special chamber. For instance, megalithic temples. For instance, the pyramids, of course, of Giza, they will reach this 110 hertz, more or less, which are exactly the hertz we need to wake up the frontal lobe. Here's another megalithic structure, extremely beautiful. I think it's smart. So they really knew. That's called the special chamber. And this is, I like this quote of Tesla: if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So certainly architecture, the school and education should tap into that. A couple of books. And our blog. This is Architecture 3000, website education3000.info. And this is our last book. Actually, I put it yesterday in Amazon. You can find it in Amazon or it's free in our website as well. It's called Architecture 3000, Geometry and Consciousness for Learning Spaces. Design your school of the future now. This is from the previous symposium, thanks to architect Claudia Martino. She put up together a beautiful book, and with a lot of geometry, sacred geometry, and a lot of examples of schools and learning spaces. A beautiful and complete book. So Claudia, she started the Architects 3000 Reachers Network with me. And we have many projects. The 7 Peter School is one of them. Now we have the serious project as well in Uruguay. So as I told you at the beginning, I am an anthropologist. I'm not an architect. So I want to thank all the architects that help with this PowerPoint, either personally or through the website. Of course, I unload a lot of pictures from the website. Oscar Senmache, Jacque Fresco, Patrick Schumacher, Zaha Hadid, Vincent Callebaut, Masdar City, Briony, Vanden, Bussche with the Eco-Edu-Smart cities, Prakash, Nair, Michael Ryce, Carlos de la Moneda, Takharu, Tezuka, Michael Reynolds, the Bali Green School, Joseph Davidovits, Moneda International Academy, Sofia Alonso, the IAAC, Institute of Advanced Architecture of Catalonia, in Claudia Martino, with the resonant architecture, along with this book of Zeki and Kawabata, that's Neuro-Aesthetics. So what I found with this symposium this year is all around the world, there is a beautiful project. What I found as well, architecture is meant to raise consciousness. And what I found is altogether we have the means, we have the technology, we have the tools to make it real, to really change. We need to change this world. So through architecture and education, we can introduce beautiful new paradigms, beautiful setting, beautiful places, beautiful way of living, beautiful way of helping Earth, green architecture, beautiful ways of mixing high-tech and low-tech, and so on. And most of all, like there is a young architect this morning, she said to me, I don't want to be an architect, I want to be. So this is our goal. Thank you so much. Take care. Thank you.